Alice LPS.
Hey everyone, and today's video is one I've been wanting to do for a pretty long time. Actually, probably since I started making these customs. But we're finally doing it! Here is all of my customs I've ever made until 2019. I'll probably make one of these every year just so you can see how much I've improved and in a space of a year. I also used to make a lot of My Little Pony customs as well, so if you would like to see all of my old pony customs too, let me know in the comments down below. But without further ado, let's start! So you guys ready to see the first custom I ever made? Oh, here he is! It's Strawberry! Get it? Because he's a bear and a strawberry. A lot of people hate their first ever customs, but I really like this one. He is really cool. I really like the fluff around the polar bear's neck, and I was thinking, wow, he would make a really cute strawberry bear with a little pun. So, like, the green all matched, and I didn't try and repaint the eyes myself for my first custom, so I think he kind of looked pretty cool. I remember when I made this custom, I was in college, and one of my friends was like, hey, here's an old LPS, I know you like those, and he gave me this bear, and I turned it into a custom. But I do actually have a new version of this bear, so he is intact. So that is my first custom ever. I just really like him, even the little green on his paws and his nose, he just came out so well. Okay, this one you might be thinking, Alice, why? And I kind of agree. I don't really like this one, but he happened. It's meant to be like a chocolate frog from like Harry Potter. I was kind of going with the sweets theme after I made the strawberry bear, and I was like, I could do a Candyland kind of thing and make loads of kind of sweet inspired customs, but then I made this chocolate frog and I was like, you know what? It's probably not the greatest idea. I don't like how this guy turned out, but I tried. Yeah, he's there. Let's move on to the next one because I hate how it looks. Alright, this little guy never really got finished, which is a shame because I had a really good concept for him. He was gonna be like a little patchwork, you know? I was pretty inspired by Neopets and their like special paintbrushes, and one of them is like turns them into a plushie, and I wanted to do that for a custom. You can really see that I tried on the blue with the stars, and I really like that, and the stars go with the eye stars. But the rest of it just didn't really come together. For the pink area, I was trying to do like a gingham check, and it didn't work, so he ended up just being thrown in a craft bin and never heard of again, but maybe that can be my challenge of the year to finish this guy. Alright, you guys might recognize this one if you're an OG fan. It is my candy corn unicorn! I made it for Halloween a few years ago and I love it. I really wanted to try out the idea of painting the eyes a different color, and I really wanted to use oranges and yellows and whites. And I added on a little horn to a horse base with some hot glue, and it was just so simple and it worked so well. And I even gave him a little cutie mark which I outlined in glitter. It was so hard to give him a little tiny cutie mark, but he turned out really well. I'd actually like to do a version of this on a My Little Pony sometime. That'd be really cool, I think. Okay, this one isn't really a custom, but I wanted to include it anyway because it was the first time I modified an LPS. It was originally the cat with the heart shaped on its face, but I took that off and she is a totally new gal. Okay, who recognizes this little bean? Ah, it's Puppy Cat. I made a video on him a million years ago, but I was always really proud of it and I loved how I mixed all the colors together. Unfortunately, he did get a bit scuffed up and I had to go over it the other day and just make him look a bit better for the video. Like, the white had loads of red marks on it because I kept all of my old customs in a bag together because I didn't really want to display them. But that meant Puppy Cat got a bit destroyed because he's a white base, so any marks will show up. But this was the first custom I did a lot of modifications on. He was actually one of the middle pets. What are they called? They're like G3.5 maybe, or G4.5? I can't remember, but they had like a tragic moment in the LPS blind bags and they looked a bit weird, and this guy was originally like a guinea pig or a hamster, and I cut off his tail. I gave him a new one. He had this little like fluff thing on top of his head. I cut it off and I put clay over it, and yeah, it turned out like a puppy cat. My video never did very well on it though. That bummed me out because I was so happy with this. But yeah, if you want to check out that video, I'll link it up, but it's a pretty old one. Here we have another little cartoony boy. This one is Litten from Pokemon. I love Pokemon. It's great. And as soon as I saw Litten when it was released, I was like, oh boy, I gotta make a custom out of that. And I thought that the little grumpy cat with the little hair would be the perfect base. I love how it turned out with the colors, and like it's just a very vibrant boy. And for this one I also did some clay modifications. I had to add the fluffy bits on the side and on the top of his head, and I had to fill in the hole where I ripped out the hair. I also made a video on this one. If you want to check that out, I'll link that as well. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Oh, Glitter Bear, how much I regret making this custom. This was the one that ruined Puppy Cat. All of the red glitter flaked off its head and made red marks onto Puppy Cat. So yeah, I regret it a little bit, but he is really awesome. I just gotta remember to store him by himself so he doesn't ruin any future customs. I made a video on this guy. He was a hit with you and he's a hit with me as well. I just really wanted to make a rainbow pet. Because you know there's the actual LPS Rainbow Bear. I was like, what if I make a baby version? And then I just wanted to throw glitter at it as well, because who doesn't like glitter? I know this one looks really creepy, but that's because it's not finished, and I don't know if it will ever get finished. I made this a while ago. I just feel like it looks very creepy, and I don't know, I feel like I could turn it into something more interesting. Maybe I could give it antlers, I don't know. But I want to make her someone else. She just didn't turn out how I hoped. I wanted her to be like fluffy and textured, and I was trying to really get in on those cracks of her fur and make them stand out, but they just looked kind of weird. She looks like a Halloween pet. This guy, I don't know. I don't actually like this one at all. I don't know, it just has something about it that just doesn't look right. You know, I think it might be the eyes or how shiny the top coat is or something. I just don't like it. If you can't already tell, it was based off of one of the actual Great Danes that are out. When I made it, it was when they started to release like the pets as other pets in a fake form, if that makes any sense. I'll put a picture of some of them on the screen. So I was like, I'll make one myself and do it in a video, and a lot of you guys liked it, but I don't know, it's a bit creepy to me. Okay, next we have this little fluffy babe. This pet was, I think it was actually sent to me, the base, but she had scribbles all over her. I can't really remember where I got her from, but she was a bit destroyed, but her eyes were intact, and I was like, your boy is gonna give this girl a new life. And yeah, she just turned out really well. Unfortunately, the white on her base has gotten a bit dirty, but I love how the brown turned out. It has a bit of a pink undertone, and then it goes with the pink on the nose and her ears, and she's just so cute and precious. Then I painted this cat. I do like her, but once again, I think the top coat ended up too glossy and it just kind of ruined it. Maybe I can get more of a matte top coat and it'll dim it down a little bit. But I do love how the eyes came out on this one. The eyes were inspired by another cat. I'll put her on screen. Like, I love how the colors were vertical, and I really wanted to try that on a custom, and they turned out really well. And I love the simple white markings on this one. I really liked her, but I don't think she'll work out well in videos because of how glossy she turned out to be. And yeah, it's unfortunate. Maybe I can fix that. This custom I really dislike. She didn't turn out how I wanted her to look at all. Her base color looks wrong. It was meant to be like a brown with a slight purple undertone, but it just ended up a bit grey and bland looking. But by the time I could fix it, I had already done the eyes, which I do really love the eyes, and I did the flower detailing all by myself, and it took me like an hour to do. But maybe I just need to change the base colors or something, because she just doesn't look right. This is my first collie custom. I do love the base for collies, and this is a fake base, by the way, if you can't tell. But I don't know, it's okay. I don't know, I had this idea for him. I like the idea of giving him little eyebrows, but once I gave them to him, he looked a bit angry. Yeah, he's pretty cute. Look at him go, he's spinning away. Now this is probably my favorite custom ever. Well, I don't know, one of my favorites anyway. He just turned out so perfect. I love everything. His gloss isn't too shiny, it's just like the perfect color shine. His markings and base work together so well. And the eyes I did from scratch, and they turned out so perfect as well. These are probably the best eyes I've ever made on a pet, maybe. I was getting really annoyed with myself when I was trying to make the perfect diamond, but I managed to do it and I was so happy with it. And the little tiny star took such a long time as well. I was going in there with a little toothpick. This pet is actually based off of a prototype pet, and I wanted to own it, so I made one myself, and he looks so cool. I should use him more in different videos. This custom is another basic one, and I really love her. She came out like exactly how I wanted her to, and a lot of you guys thought she was a real LPS when I posted pictures of her on Instagram, which was really interesting. She's actually a character that I want to use in a future series, and I would appreciate it if people don't copy her design, hint hint. Like, I wanted to give her some dip dye on her ears and some highlights, and I wanted her eyes to be really vibrant, so this is the pet I came up with in the end. I think she's super adorable. This custom I'm actually really proud of. In the beginning I thought it was kind of basic, and I don't know, I just really like him now in hindsight. I love how the eyes turned out, and with the blushing, it looks super cute. This custom was for a sponsored video, and in the beginning I was kind of like, I don't really love it, but now I do. Kind of reminds me of a Pokemon. So cute, I love this one. This was the first time I took a fake base and kept the same plastic color, and this is where I started to experiment a bit more. I kind of figured out how to glaze them without it turning out super shiny, and I feel like it should work really well in videos. And another thing about this pet is I kind of want her to be my mascot a little bit. Maybe I could make a new version. I wanted to give her that kind of gradient on her ears, but you can't really do that without using an airbrush, and I now have an airbrush, so I might do a 2.0. I might change the eye color or something, I don't know, and then if I like it, I could make her my mascot, maybe, question mark, I don't know. I'll figure that one out when the time comes, so be prepared if I change my mascot, don't be surprised. Okay, this is the second custom I made where I kept the plastic as well, and I don't know, I like her, but I don't love her. There's something about her that isn't giving me that wow. I think maybe all of the colors are a bit too dark. I didn't actually have a purple color for the eyes, so I tried mixing one myself, and I think it just turned out too dark, that it didn't really look good. So I might have to go over her eyes with a brighter color maybe, and that'll fix her up and I can use her in videos or something. It is unfortunate, when I ordered her, her head was very high, like she's a bit of a giraffe dash hound, and I can't really fix that. Beggars can't be choosers, you know? This is based off of Glimmer from the show She-Ra. I do want to do some other She-Ra customs, but I don't know if you guys would want to see that in a video. I'd love to do a custom of Catra sometime, but I don't know if I'll do it. If you haven't seen She-Ra, she's a character called Glimmer, and she teleports. She's sparkly, she has this cool cape, and I wanted to incorporate different glitter flakes and different colors in the right places. And she just turned out really perfect, and she resembles Glimmer so well. And my last customs are these dragons. You might recognize them because they're based off the How to Train Your Dragon dragons from How to Train Your Dragon 3. The first one, of course, is Toothless, if you don't recognize him. He is an all black dragon, a Night Fury, if you do say so. Yeah. Because he was all black, I wanted to give him some glitter, some sparkle. So underneath I sprayed like a silver, and then I put the black on top so it had a little bit of a shimmer, and then I added the glitter on the wings and the tail. Just, yeah, give it a bit of shimmer. And for the eyes I put glitter and then gloss nail polish over top to kind of make it look like it's a glass eye, but it's not. It's kind of like a fake glass eye. But I do kind of want to do glass eyes in the future, so maybe I can do that this year. This was the first time I used epoxy to make such big changes on a pet. Like I made the wings, I changed the face. I'm gonna have a whole video going up of a DIY on how I made these dragons. Alright, this is the Light Fury, and it's the female dragon counterpart. I really like how the Light Fury turned out. I wanted to give her eyes more of like a mystical theme because she is like new character. Who is she? And I also wanted to make her base a nice crisp white with some silver glitter, so it just kind of sparkles on the wings and at the end of her little antenna things. She is so cute. I love this custom. Yeah, dragons. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm just gonna let my mascot spin there while I do the outro. Thanks for watching. Let me know who your favorite custom was, and also let me know if you want to see my custom My Little Ponies that I've made. Yeah, I think that's about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button down below to be notified of future videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!